Hey guys. Well, it's my first live stream. I wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know Saturday night, 8 p.m., I'm going to be going live with a guy, Lee Cole III. He's located in Texas. I'm in New York City. And it's going to be all about my past, about where I am today, how I changed my life, and I just want to do the right thing for me and my children. Now, I also want to thank everybody out there for supporting me and helping me get through all this podcast stuff. I just got a green screen. I'm going to learn how to do this. My friend Mike is going to walk me through it tomorrow, so it'll be a lot better than what I've been doing. At least this time I have a background, and you get to see some photos and some pictures of people I'm talking about. But today I want to give you a Beth Avenue story of how I met Chris Paciello. I met him through my friend Gerard Bellafiore. He introduced me to him. And that's when I committed the Staten Island Mall Bank. And then from there, I did a couple more scores with him. Chris has a bad rap. He's really a nice guy. He's not a bad guy. Him too, he's trying to put his life together. And he's doing very well about it. But I appreciate all the support you've been giving me. Yeah.
There's 115 people waiting for you.
I'm live now.
Oh, all right, boy.
Yes, I'm half Sicilian, half Napolitan. Guys, I also wanted to talk about this, this Johnny A-Light, A-Liar. He called me all these names and stuff like that. I'm trying to be the better person. And now he wants to ignore me. So I'm not going to go any further with this. But I called him out. I'm still waiting for his response. And he still didn't answer me. I'm reading all these comments over here. So Saturday night, I'll be doing a live stream with Lee Cole III. He'll be asking me some Q&As, and I'll be sitting down with him, and you'll get to know me a little better. I'm checking out these comments over here. What's up, Big Boy Blue? Boston J. Well, what I want to do is I also want to toss out a couple hats and a few T-shirts, so you could DM me, send me your address and your information, your size. I want to support you too as you support me. So the first 10 to 20 people who DM me, I'm going to send you some T-shirts and some hats. Now, when I first met Chris Paciello, I was maybe 18, 19 years old. There's a story that me and Chris grew up together. We're not childhood friends. Chris is from Brooklyn. He's from the other side of Brooklyn. I was from Bath Avenue. And Gerard Bellafiore introduced me to him. When he introduced me to him, I started doing a couple of scores with him. We ended up robbing the Staten Island Mall Bank. I helped him out with his friend that got shot up one time. I gave his friend a pistol. His friend was a drug dealer from Staten Island. I actually went to the Staten Island hospital and I handed it to his friend. And then we got mixed up with that home invasion that went wrong with Tommy Reynolds. Well, Chris Paciello is a nice guy to me. He's got a bad rap. And I was introduced to him by Gerard Bellafiore. He's not my childhood friend. I didn't grow up with him. I did some scores with him, and that's our relationship. We used to go to scores and hang out in a couple clubs here and there. I'm checking out these comments with you guys. Keith KT, what's up, baby? Jesse, how are you? How's everything? Thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. God bless you too. Now, growing up on Bath Avenue, the original crew of me and my friends were Georgie Adamo, John Padone, Albert Slavin, Fabrizio Di Franzischi, the kid Damien, and a couple other kids. But that was the original crew growing up. And we used to go on excursions throughout the neighborhood. And we had all kinds of fun, climbing rocks, climbing roofs, egging people, throwing eggs at cop cars. In wintertime, we used to go shoveling and things like that, things that all young kids used to do back in the day. And growing up, I used to love to watch movies. Movies were my favorite pastime. I used to love that. I had so much fun watching movies and remembering lines and stuff like that. Those are the things I did as a kid. I'm sure you guys did the same thing. I remember when we were kids, there was a Loews movie theater on 18th Avenue and 86th Street. One guy used to pay. They would walk upstairs and we'd be waiting at the door as the one guy paid. It was like $2.50 at that time. And we used to watch these old time movies, whether it was Taps or an old flick. But that's what we used to do for fun. In those days, you used to be able to smoke pot in the movie theater. That's what we used to do. Today, you can't do none of that stuff. So I want to entertain you guys. I want to tell you a time when I got pulled over by a cop car driving a stolen car when I was about maybe 14 years old. I had Tommy Reynolds in the car and Georgie Adamo, and I got pulled over on Bay 19th and 86th Street. The cop pulled me over. When he pulled me over, he got out of the car. He walked to the car. As he came to my door, I just took off and went, and I took off. I jetted. I got rid of him. But these are the things I used to do when I was a kid. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys did the same. But telling these stories, going back, in a way, it's fun. It's also memorable because a lot of guys and kids I used to hang out with, they're no longer here no more. A lot of these kids overdosed and someone were murdered. So it affects me in a way. So this is also therapy for me, talking to you people. And I appreciate all the love you're giving me. I want to talk about the feast, Julio Benz. Well, back in the day when they had the 18th Avenue feast, the 18th Avenue feast were the best. We used to go to 18th Avenue and everyone had their own crew and we'd be walking around and who'd be bumping into each other, who'd be having fist fights. Some of us be having pistols on us, but you couldn't pull out a pistol in the feast. If you did, you'd probably have a problem later on in life. So it was basically a lot of fist fights going on. And if you fought one of us, you had to fight all of us. That's how we grew up. You know, my friend Little Georgie Adamo, he was a tough kid growing up. He was actually the leader of our crew before we got older. And then he fell into drugs, and that's where he fell off. So the drugs are a killer, the streets are a killer. Believe me, I'm very happy to be here, to be where I am today. I'm a father of two. I'm enjoying my life. I'm checking out these comments. Mickey Mouse. Michael Francis. I got to tell you the truth. I think Michael Francis is a good guy. I think he's a class act. He's a good guy. I know I said a couple bad things about him, you know, with Sammy. You know, when it comes to Sammy, I'm a little biased. You know, I spent a little time with Sammy. I got to know Sammy. Sammy's a good guy. He's a stone cold gangster. And Michael Francis, I don't know him. I just feel like he's like the peppy gangster, the preppy gangster. But, you know, he's still a good guy. I know he's a good guy because he loves God and he's a family man. So I really don't have nothing bad to say about Michael Francis. I think he's a great guy. He's a class act and he's business. He's a moneymaker. Let me tell you guys now, the first time me and Joey Calco shot the kid Michael Hamster, and when I came back to the neighborhood, I went to Manhattan. Joey went to Italy for a year. Now, Paulie G gets in touch with Tommy Karate. Now, Paulie G and Tommy Karate were very close. I didn't have no relationship compared to the relationship Paulie G had with Tommy Karate. Tommy Karate loved Paulie G. And when I met Tommy Karate and I heard all these stories about him, in all honesty, I didn't want to have nothing to do with the guy. I was like, you know what? The less I see this guy, the better off I am. You know, it was all bad stories about him. He didn't only kill people, he chopped them up. And guys like that, I want to stay away from. But when he stuck up for me and he went to Georgia Chico's club, because I used to be close with the Chicos, he walked in the club and he went like this. There was a kid, Mike Hamster there, the kid, I think John Dunn, or maybe it was Bobby the Chico, and someone else. And he went like this. He walked in the club. Paulie G told me. I wasn't there for this sit down because Paulie G went and they were speaking for me to come back to the neighborhood. And Paulie G told me that Tommy walked in the club and went like this. He said, fuck you, and fuck you. He said, the kid Jimmy Calandra is from this neighborhood, born and raised all his life. You killed his best friend, meaning John Polio at the time. Later on, it came out that it was Georgie Conti. And Tommy Karate stuck up for me. And he's the one who made me come back to the neighborhood. And that's when I got on record with the Bonanno crime family. But all these stories, you know, I look back, and it's amazing because a lot of my friends are not here today. Little Georgie Adamo was murdered. Chestnut was murdered. Paulie G was murdered. Thank you. John Polio was murdered. I got a couple other friends that overdosed, just like I'm sure a lot of you guys have friends too that went the same route. You know, in the course of life, life is funny. You know, we live this life, there's a beginning and there's an end. So the best thing to do is put good people in your company, make good memories with people you love and family and good friends, and stay away from all the assholes. Because I tell you, there's a lot of assholes out there, 100%. And jealous motherfuckers for sure. God bless. Thanks, JC. God bless you. God bless everybody. I appreciate all this love you guys are giving me. So Saturday, 8 p.m., tune in to Lee Cole III. Lee Cole III. I'm going to do a Q&A with him. He's a really nice guy. That's why I'm giving him this Q&A. I want to see his channel do a little better. In the beginning, he was talking a little bad about me, but I guess he did his little research. He found out about me, and he apologized for saying a couple of things, which, you know, I appreciate that. Checking out all these comments over here. But, you know, I also want to send a message to all these kids. You know, if you're looking to be a gangster and you're looking to go towards the street, I got to tell you, don't do it. It's definitely the wrong route. The mistakes I made, I would never want to see another kid or a child or a mother go through seeing their son in prison. Because what I made my mother go through was terrible. At the age of 23, I went away. And before that, at the age of 19, I did 3 months in Rikers Island. And I broke my mother's heart growing up. And looking back, all the time I spent in there, people coming to visit me, people sending me money, writing a lot of letters, doing a lot of push-ups, reading a lot of books, spending time with some good guys and a lot of bad guys. I never want to go back to that place, I'll tell you. But I have to thank God I had this opportunity to create this podcast, and all you people giving me the support. I'm very happy that I'm doing this for you and myself, and I appreciate everything, all the love you're giving me. It means so much to me. And like I said, the first 10 to 20 that DM me, I'm going to send out some. I got these hats, I got cups, and I got t-shirts. I want to send some love back to you guys because I really appreciate all the love you're sending me. And you guys deserve it because you sticking by me and standing in my corner means so much to me. It really does. And I tell you these stories, and these stories come from my heart, and I give you everything I got, the truth and only the truth. And the truth will always stand. It's never gonna fall. And whatever's gonna be truthful is gonna come out. And I do want to get back to this Gene Gotti. I never hit this Gene Gotti. That's one thing I know. I always lived with those rules. Never hit a made guy. And my friend Paulie G was killed because of that. So I'm no fool, believe me. And as much as when I had an argument with Gene and we didn't get along, there was always a line I could never cross. And I never crossed that line because I had respect for that life when I was living that life. I wasn't a wise guy. I was a regular street kid, a thug and a hoodlum, but I knew the rules because I was always around people growing up. And when I had that argument with Gene, and I made that phone call to Joe Benanti from jail, and I also spoke to Manny Madonna, Joe Benanti was a little upset with me, but I had other plans when I went to Manny Madonna. I knew as soon as I was going home, I was going to be with the Lucchese family. So I wasn't really worried about Joe Benanti and Joe Messina because I know Gene was close with them. But I never raised my hands to Gene. I never raised my hands to a wise guy ever. Just to let you guys know and put that on record. Okay, Bruno. That's for you, Bruno. That's for Bruno. Do I meet any celebrities? Not really. I don't mean no celebrities. I mean, the last celebrity I was talking to was Shia LaBeouf. I was speaking to him for a little while. He was interested in my story. And, it was a couple years ago. I told him for me to give him more information, he would have to cut me a check. And he said, Jimmy, I'm not a bank. And I told him, I said, well, if you're not a bank, I'm talking to the wrong person. So, we cut ties, and that's basically what happened with him. That's the last celebrity that I was talking to. But it was fun talking to him. He FaceTimed me. I was talking to him as I was at my sister's house. And I said, Lisa, I said, and my niece Nicolette was there. I said, Nick, say hello to Shia LaBeouf. And he said hello to everybody. So that was pretty cool. See these other comments I'm listening to over here. Jimmy James. What's up, Jimmy James? Leah Remini. Leah Remini was the best. I grew up with Leah Remini. Back in the day, I used to walk her home at night. Her mother was a little rough. She lived on the second floor in a building. And we used to hang out at some girl's house, some girl Blondie, with some girl Melissa. And at the end of the night, I would walk her home up near her stairs, and her mother would always be near the door. And then all of a sudden, she took off. She went to LA, and she was gone. But she had the right idea, I tell you. What else we got over here? Jimmy, I like your hat. Well, listen, if you like the hats, I got these hats. I got a couple cups. I got shirts. Like I said, DM me. I'll send out a couple things to you guys. I want to see you wearing my shirts, my hats, drinking out of my cups, and eventually someday watching my movie. I mean, that's, eventually that's what I want. I'm not gonna give you the bullshit like all these other guys give you the bullshit. This guy was made. That other guy was a stone cold killer, 35 million. The other guy, he beat up a whole bunch of people. He's a royalty, all that bullshit, bunch of bullshit. All these guys today. YouTube is full of bullshit. Well, I got this green screen behind me. I'm going to be hooking this up tomorrow. We got little umbrellas. We got lighting. We're going to put something on the green screen. Now, when I talk, you'll be able to look at the photos of people I'm talking about. So it's going to be a lot more fun for me and for you. And it's going to look more presentable. So you're going to enjoy it like I'm going to enjoy it too. Now, when Reservoir Dogs, anybody see Reservoir Dogs? Who saw Reservoir Dogs? That's a Quentin Tarantino film. When Reservoir Dogs first came out, we had to go to Manhattan to go see that film. They wouldn't play that film in Brooklyn. It was me, Fabrizio, Paulie G, John Padone, and Tommy Reynolds. We all went to Manhattan to go see that film. That film has one of the best soundtracks ever in a movie. I loved all the songs in that film, and the movie was great. They would not play that movie in Brooklyn. How about another great movie? True Romance. The guy who plays Drexel. Drexel was a great pimp, man. That's a great film. Well, guys, listen. Don't forget, Saturday night, 8 p.m., I'm doing a Q&A with Lee Cole III. Check me out. I'll be posting another video tomorrow with this stuff that's on behind me. So we're going to make it nice. We're going to make it look good. And you're going to enjoy the next show very well. I'm not going to stay on here too long. Actually, when I put this up, I actually forgot that you guys were waiting for me. I got a phone call from a friend of mine, Boston Jay. He's a really nice kid. And he was telling me, he said, yo, he said, Jimmy, he said, you got all these guys waiting for you. I said, oh, snap. I forgot all about you guys. So I got my little daughter over here. She's on her iPad. And so as soon as he called me, I said, wow, I got to get on here. And I didn't even know how to get on here, I tell you the truth. I'm just figuring all this stuff out. I'm not tech savvy. I know how to use a phone. That's about it. Let's see. I want to answer one more question over here, you guys. If I could get you. Tim Robin. Let's see. Opinion. Okay, one guy asked my opinion of Gene Borello. My opinion of Gene Borello, I'll tell you the truth. I met Gene Borello one time. Okay? One time I met him. I met him in Sheepshead Bay with a friend of his that came to meet me. He wanted me to do the Johnny A. Light show. I'm not going to say anything bad about Gene Borello. Okay? I mean, I met him one time. I mean, I don't know him. He's A-Light's friend. And, basically that's it. I met him one time. I spoke to him maybe here and there, but I really don't know him, And I have nothing bad to say about these guys, unless unless I see different. If someone's coming off bad to me, I'm gonna come off bad to them. I'm not gonna disrespect anybody over here. I'm gonna try to be better than everybody else. Let's see if I can answer one more for you. Respect back to you, Southwest. Respect, baby. Respect. You want respect, you gotta give respect. So this is my first live stream. It took me a while to do this. Like I said, I don't even know how to do this stuff. I'm new at all this. I'm just learning this stuff. I'll probably be doing this a little more often. Movie review. The Calco sit down. Well, there's not going to be a Calco sit down. You know, I was being friendly with Joey Calco because I did want him to sit down with Sammy. I wanted to get him to Arizona, and I wanted to, actually ask him, how does it feel to kill one of your friends? And in that life, you kill one of your friends because you're looking to get straightened out. You don't kill one of your friends and then you flip. So, that's the reason why I was talking to Calco, and the thing is, this kid, Johnny A. Light, he basically, made believe he was my friend. And then I see him in a photo with Joey Calco. So when I see him in the photo with Joey Calco, I knew right there and then that this kid never had no respect for me, ever. See if I can answer one more of these for you. And I got to tell you, anybody who glorifies this life and says, I killed 10 people and they're glorifying it, I'm going to tell you right now, open up your eyes, because there's nothing to glorify in this life. This life is over, garbage, compared to the wise guys that used to be. You'll never, ever see it again, because the new guys are never going to teach the kids the respect and the honor that it once was supposed to have. And those days are over. There ain't no more respect and honor. Today, if you're going to meet a captain or a wise guy, you're going to have a sit down with him. You know what? It's all a bunch of bullshit. You're going to be respectful at the sit down. And then when you walk away, you're going to say, you know what? Fuck him. I mean, there's no respect. There's no honor in that life. You know what the honor is? Honor your mother and your father. That's what you need to do. Honor your mother and father every day of your life. My mom and dad are no longer here. I lost my mother. She was 64 years old. My father, 59, while I was doing prison time. I had to say goodbye to him over the phone. The last 2 weeks before he passed away, I couldn't even get on the phone with him, because every time he got on the phone with me, he would choke up on his end and I would choke up on my end. So honor your mother and your father. Forget about all these other people in the street. And if you got one good friend, you're lucky in your life, because it's hard to even find a friend. These people, you put people in your life, and by the time you know it, they're running around with your name. They're backstabbing you, talking trash about you. You can't trust nobody today. But anyway, guys, that's enough for today. I'm going to talk to you again tomorrow. I'll put a video out there. I love you guys. I love the support you're giving me. Like I said, DM me. Get in my DM. Send me a couple addresses. Send me your sizes. Let me send you a couple shirts, some hats, a couple mugs. I love the support you're giving me. I really appreciate it. And I got a lot more stories to come. But anyway, guys, well, one more I want to do. Let's see. Fabrizio, listen, Fabrizio's a good kid. Okay, Fabrizio got a raw deal. What happened was Joey Calco went to go meet this kid, Jack Sherman. Fabrizio's in the car. Okay, Joey Calco kills the kid, 18 years old. It's a drug-related murder. Joey Calco is looking at the death penalty. Fabrizio's in the car, so he's going to be accused and get the same prison time as Joey Calco. Joey Calco flips, and Fabrizio stands up. Fabrizio gets 35 years. Me personally, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, and I don't think Fabrizio deserved the 35 years because Fabrizio never really. Fabrizio was a good kid growing up. He wasn't a bad kid. He comes from a good family. You know, he didn't deserve the 35 years. You know what? Maybe 20 years, 25. I mean, but he didn't deserve 35 years. But it just goes to show you all the bullshit that's in this life. Don't follow these guys. Stand on your own 2 feet. Stand alone if you have to. Because when it comes down to the nitty gritty, no one's going to stand behind you. So stand by yourself. I know this personally. Believe me. Because when it comes down to nitty gritty, everybody fucking scatters. Nobody wants nothing to do with you. Anyway, guys, listen. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I'll see you again tomorrow. I'll put out a video for you. I'll do a nice 20-minute story. I promise you. Okay? I gotta go. I gotta go collect my check. But listen, I love you guys. And you mean so much to me. Until I see you again. Like I said, Saturday night, Lee Cole III. Check him out. Lee Cole III. He's going to have a Q&A for me. We're going to have a good time. You're going to know a little more about me and know the real deal of the truth, what's going on. With that said, have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.